Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. As always, thank you so much for being here. So we're going to be talking about our most favorite topic in the entire world, the MCU, not the MCU, the MCU. So this article is called Rumour Suggest MCU X-Men movie to spotlight female characters. So yeah, if the last couple of years is anything to go by, people are not going to respond to this kind of thing very well. Take a look at the Marvels. That was an all-female cast. That didn't go down so well. And, you know, the rest is history. You all know what happened with the Marvels. But guys, let's take a look at this article. It comes to us from comicflicknews.com. So, in the upcoming MCU X-Men franchise, a fresh rumour suggests a shift. Female characters poised to take the spotlight while male counterparts step back. Like I already said in the opening, you know how this is going to go. When people read this kind of thing, they just think, this is Marvel all over now. This is exactly what Disney do. You know, men are bad, women are better. You know, we need to divide the sexes and all this kind of stuff. And all this diversity and inclusion and all this crap that they try and sort of force into our movies now. And, you know, people are just sick of it. And the Marvels was kind of that tipping point where people just kind of got so fed up. Nobody turned up to the Marvels. It absolutely bombed. And you would have thought that Marvel would have got the message at this point, but it turns out that they obviously haven't. The speculated move aligns with Kevin Feige's ongoing commitment to diversity in the past 5 years. Despite this focus, results have not met expectations. Have not met expectations. That's a bit of an understatement. I mean, the Marvels, the biggest bomb of the MCU. That was an absolute kind of culmination of what the fans think about the MCU in its current state. It was a consensus. We're not going to put up with this. We don't want to see this. This is not what we want from the MCU. We're not going to turn up. Your movie's going to bomb. And hopefully you'll get the message. But apparently nobody at Marvel wants to listen to the fans. But if they want to continue losing money, that's their prerogative. You know, that's up to them. So the Marvels, a massive failure. So the highly anticipated female-led sequel to Captain Marvel, The Marvels, suffered a devastating blow at the box office, leading to a staggering $200 million loss for Disney. $200 million loss. That's insane. Like, years ago, you would never ever have thought that this would happen to an MCU movie. If I had said to you 5 years ago, an MCU movie is going to come out and it's going to lose $200 million, people would have looked at you and thought you were crazy. So, adding to the woes, MCU shows Miss Marvel and Echo on Disney Plus are experiencing lackluster viewership, while She-Hulk won't be returning for a second season. So, Miss Marvel, absolute trash. I don't know of anybody in my friendship group or anybody that I've spoken to online who actually liked that show. Don't get me wrong, the actress herself, Iman Vellani, I think her name is, she's a good actress, don't get me wrong. Like, she, you know, she's doing a good job with the content she's given. But I just think the show and the character is trashed. You know, nobody likes the comic book, nobody likes the video game that she was in, the Avengers video game. And nobody just likes the character. Nobody. Echo, I mean, apart from the scene where Daredevil was in it and she fought Daredevil, the rest of the show was pretty damn boring. It was a bit of a slog to get through. So Disney Plus are experiencing lackluster viewership, while She-Hulk won't be returning for a second season. I think She-Hulk is single-handedly the biggest piece of trash that Marvel has ever put out. That one picture or scene where She-Hulk is in the office and she's twerking, I mean, that right there just absolutely represents the current state of the MCU to me. Seeing She-Hulk on screen twerk, like, it's just, what is this? To go from Captain America, like Winter Soldier or Civil War, to go to that, what are they thinking? So these setbacks highlight a broader trend underscored by Marvel executives' controversial statement, deeming X-Men outdated due to its terminology. It's telling insight into the studio's mindset. Outdated terminology. So it's not going to be called X-Men anymore. It's going to be called X-People. Could you imagine if they changed the title to X-People? Man, the fan backlash would be absolutely insane. X-People. So, I'm not saying they are going to change it to that, but I'm just saying you could see them doing something like that. So what does the rumor actually say? According to Scooper Daniel RPK, again, he's another insider on Twitter. He seems to get scoops, you know, from inside Marvel, DC, stuff like that. Again, their track record is pretty good. They don't always get everything right. Take this news with a pinch of salt, guys. So Marvel is seeking a writer proficient in both comedy and drama for the upcoming X-Men project. The studio aims to strike a balance, steering clear of purely comedic tones while spotlighting the female characters. Additionally, Marvel intends to introduce new characters, previously unseen in live action, to join the beloved main cast. Yeah, well, there guys, Ryan here. I just wanted to do a quick shameless plug to let you all know I do in fact have a Twitter page here, ReviewFlix. Make sure you come over and join our page so you can stay up to date with all the latest pop culture news that's going on with Marvel, DC, Star Wars, etc. And also we'll be updating all the content that we have from our YouTube channel onto our Twitter page as well, so you can stay informed with everything going on in the world of pop culture. That would really help me out, guys, and would really go a long way to supporting my content and my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the video. Main cast. Yeah, well, that absolutely makes sense. You know, Marvel want to do their own rendition of X-Men. They don't want to copy the Fox universe. So it would absolutely make sense that they're going to bring in new characters that we haven't had any exposure to, while kind of using them as supporting characters, you know, amongst the mainline cast of the characters that we already know from X-Men, you know, Cyclops, Professor X, you know, Wolverine, stuff like that. So this is the tweet we have here from Marvel Film News. X-Men, Marvel wants to hire a writer that does comedy and drama really well. They don't want it to be purely comedic, focus on female characters. They want to introduce characters that haven't appeared in live action to be alongside the main characters we know. And that comes from Daniel RPK. He has a Patreon account where he releases this kind of, you know, insider information. And, yeah. So, whether he's right or whether he's wrong, time will only tell. But, you know, like I said, it's just not gone well for Marvel over the recent few years with this diversity and inclusion stuff, and having this all-female cast in the Marvels didn't work out. But it seems like they want to go, you know, they want to go forward, and they want to have they want to focus on, you know, female characters in the X-Men. We'll have to see how that works out. But if recent kind of box office is anything to indicate, then it's not going to turn out well for them. So why not focus on both male and female characters? Exactly. You know, why do you have to spotlight one sex over the other? Just focus on everyone. You know, focus on all the characters. It doesn't need to, you know, females don't need to be highlighted. Males don't need to be highlighted. Just focus on everybody. If they're great characters, put them in there. Give them a good story arc. That's all we need. So the trend of the MCU continues, exemplified by Julia Garner's casting as the female Silver Surfer. Yeah, people nearly lost their shit with that as well. The fact that they've replaced Silver Surfer with a female version in Fantastic Four. A move that disregards decades of story crafted by legendary creators. So drawing parallels with Eternals, which faced its own box office struggles, it's likely that Feige and his team will opt for a race-bending or gender-swapping of various X-Men characters as they reinvigorate the franchise. You absolutely know that that is going to happen. Some of our favorite X-Men characters are going to be race-swapped or gender-swapped and all this kind of stuff. You know that this is going to happen. This is the absolute staple of what Marvel and Disney does at this point. And, you know, it's not going to come as a surprise to anybody. But then again, Marvel can't be surprised when, you know, fan backlash ensues as well. So what are your thoughts on these developments within the Marvel Universe? Do you believe the focus on female characters will pay off? Or do you believe the concerns about the studio's approach? Are you excited about the potential introduction of new characters? Absolutely. You know, as a Marvel fan, of course of course we're excited about seeing new characters from the X-Men universe that we may not have seen in, you know, in the previous universe, in the Fox universe. I want to explore more X-Men characters, and I know a lot of the fans do as well. But when you start gender swapping, you know, the mainline X-Men characters, that's where you're going to start pissing off a lot of fans. So they need to tread carefully if they're going to start doing that kind of thing. Are you excited about the potential introduction of new characters, or do you prefer sticking to the classics? Share your opinions in the comments below. So yeah, guys, that's kind of where we are. So we've got this rumor from you know, Daniel RPK saying that they're going to be looking for a writer who's going to be proficient in both comedy and drama, which makes sense. You don't want to go too far into the comedy. You don't want to go too far into the drama. You want kind of like Thor Ragnarok, that kind of tone that kind of has the fun humor, but it has the seriousness at the same time. But it's very hard to get that balance right. And it looks like they're going to be spotlighting female characters, apparently. I'm not sure what that means, spotlighting characters. Does that mean female characters are going to have more on-screen time? Or does that mean that the story arcs are going to be bigger than the male counterparts? When it says spotlighting, I'm not sure what that means. But I'm assuming that would mean that they have more on-screen time or bigger story arcs than their male counterparts, like I already said. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if it is true, then, you know, why would they continue down this line? Because it hasn't worked out, you know, recently with the Marvels, for example. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this, if it is true. You know, what do you think of this? Do you think it's a bad idea to focus on the female characters? Do you think it's a good idea? Or do you think that, you know, Marvel's just a bunch of trash and you don't care anyway? Whatever your thoughts are, guys, pop them down in the comment section and let me know. I can't wait to see what you have to say. As always, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. That would really help me out and I'd really appreciate that. And I will see you in the next one.